Mind for 2026. We want to reset your mind for 2026. We need to reset your mind for 2026. 2026 is around the corner, okay? It's around the corner. It's less than a week. We need to reset your mind for 2026. Let's reset your mind for 2026. 2026 is ready. Whether you're ready or not, it's ready for you. So we're going to start by resetting ourselves for 2026. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. I think I had that set already. I just said it maybe 5 minutes or so in. So, yeah, perfect. So, who is joining? Who is joining? We need to reset your mind for 2026. Let's go, guys. 2026 is around the corner. We need to reset your mind for 2026. Let's reset your mind for 2026. Let's go. You already have what you need to reset your 2026. You already have what you need to reset your mind for 2026. A lot of you think that you don't have it, but I'm telling you right now, you do have what you need for 2026. We're going to be resetting your mind, resetting exactly what you need to crush 2026, to just make sure 2026 is going to be better for you. Okay? We all know that, we want to make sure that we have a good 2026. We want to make sure that we are, elevating ourselves. We want to make sure that we are going to be better in 2026. I don't know what kind of year you had, but 2025 was good to me. I have goals that I had for 2025. And yes, did I reach all my goals? No, I did not. I didn't. However, I had most of my goals accomplished for 2025. And looking back at some of the time I have wasted, because yes, we're all going to waste time. Okay? It doesn't really matter if you think that, oh my God, you have to be perfect when it comes on to, your day-to-day life that you're living. Let me just let you know, nothing is going to be perfect. Okay? Nothing is going to be perfect. There are times that I wasted for this year. There are times that I, relaxed a little bit too much on a week. And we all going to go through different times that we're going to say to ourselves, oh my God, I should have done this day. I should have got this done that day. You're going to have so many different things that you're going to say, I should have, could have, would have. But that doesn't mean if you fail that one day that you can't brush off yourself and start back the next day. Okay? Because we're all going to fail at some point in time. The main thing I will say is that get comfortable failing. Okay? Because the more you fail is the more you get comfortable with it. Whatever you fail at, you know that, okay, that didn't work. So what's next? What else can I try to make sure that work? So again, today is just about crushing 2026, getting ready for 2026, resetting your mind for 2026 and making sure that it's going to be better for 2026. Okay, so whatever you have to reset your mind, believe it or not, you already have it. Okay, you might think you don't have it, but I'm telling you, you already have it. I'm just going to break down a few different, segments, I would say, towards resetting your mind. And at the end of the day, once you follow everything that I tell you, I guarantee you 110% that you are going to crush 2026 and you are going to become a better person in 2026. If you have achieved all your goals, awesome. Kudos to you. Okay? If you were doing a lot of work, not wasting time, and you were, awesome, you're perfect for 2025, that's awesome. However, I know some of you there is not going to be perfect. Some of you there are going to waste a little time, just like what I did. I was doing studies, so I got my bachelor's in psychology, and that was one of my goals for this year, and I have achieved it, got it done. I'm like, okay, so on to the next of 2026. So there are going to be times that you're going to have 10 goals, but are you going to get all of them sometimes? No. Most of the times you don't get your 10 goals. Most of the times you get maybe 7, maybe 5, 6, 8. You may reach, a portion of your goals, but the main thing is that you did not stop. You did not say, okay, I'm going to give up. I'm not going to move forward. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. So the main thing for you is just keep on going, being consistent with everything that you do, and you will be fine. Okay? Tell you, you're going to have days that you're going to fail, but you will be fine. So let's just dive right into it for mindset for 2026 and what you need to do and resetting your mind to make sure that you crush it for 2026. Okay? So number one is going to be, I have my little notes here so I don't forget to talk about anything I want to talk about, is going to be time. Okay? Time is something you already have. Everybody have that. We have 24 hours in the day, right? Everybody has the same time. Okay? What you do with your time is going to make a huge difference. So we all have 24 hours. What you doing with your 24 hours? That's what I would say. What are you doing with it? Okay? You have to make sure that you are going to dissect your time that you're using on a daily basis. And you have to know that, okay, this is what I'm doing with my time. So number one is time. We all have it. We all have 24 hours in the day. Now you need to dissect, what am I doing with my 24 hours? How am I spending my time each day? Am I wasting my time, or I am actually doing things that is going to move towards who you want to become for 2026? What you want to do? What are your goals that you have for 2026? Think about it. Okay? What are the goals that you have for 2026? And then you have to start penciling that out. I always tell everybody, think on paper, because nobody's perfect. We're not going to have it stored in our head. Okay, we have literally, this to do, that to do. We need to, do that business. We need to call this person. Nobody is going to remember every single thing in your head. So you have to make sure that you think on paper. And when I say think on paper, it's get a journal. Because this entire reset in your mind for 2026 is going to be your thinking on paper. Because that's the first step. Okay? You can't hold it in your head. Okay? You have to sit down, have a journal. If you don't have a journal, grab papers. If you don't have papers, grab anything that you can write on. And you can start that today's date. You're going to start writing down exactly what is your goal for 2026. What do you want to become in 2026? The end of 2026, what is the accomplishments that you want to see yourself accomplish for that year? Do you want to go back to school? Put it on a list. Do you want to start a business? Put it on a list. You say you want to take a vacation? Put it on a list. Okay? Whatever is it that you want to accomplish, put it on the list. And very, very important. You're going to create that list, but you have to make sure you put a timeline to it. Creating a list and putting everything on the list, don't do anything. Okay? Diddly squat. It does nothing. You have a list, you have all your goals out there. The next step is for you to now start dissecting. Okay, I'm going to go back to school for this. How long is it going to take me? So for the first year, I need to make sure that I complete, X subjects. I need to do my prerequisites. I need to do this, that. You have to know, dissect exactly what you need to get accomplished for 2026 and what timeline. Is it 3 months? Is it, 6 months to get, no, I think sometimes you have four parts of the year where you can literally start putting in each subjects within that year. So you're supposed to accomplish 1 or 2. Most colleges you can do up to, I think, three subjects. So you can take 3 subjects within that semester. So one of the things that I did was to increase mine. So yes, you can do 1, but my goals was to complete all of that and get my bachelor's at the end of the year. So what I've done for the couple of years is to make sure I take 2 subjects. Okay, make sure I do 2 or 3. So whatever it is that you have for your plan for 2026, put it on paper, put a timeline beside it, and then you're going to start working towards it. So whatever you have planned for 2026, you are going to dissect every month by month. So you're going to have your plan for 2026. And when I say plan for 2026, I don't mean for January. I mean from January to December, the entire year. You need to have it planned. Okay, in January, I'm going to make my phone calls so I can figure out which school I'm going to go to. In January, I'm going to make my, phone calls or do research online and figure out, okay, I'm going to start this business. Okay, what am I going to need to start a business? You need funds. You need, a structure. You need a system. What kind of system are you going to have? You're going to have to start sitting down and penciling out what is it that you need to start that business. So again, if you need help, Google. You can Google it, exactly what kind of business you're going into and what are the structure that you need to get this business started. And what is it that you need to get started for 2026. So you are going to start structuring that and start putting it down month to month to month. So I will say every month you should have goals for each month. And at the end of the month, I wouldn't say the end, I would say every day you're going to track exactly what you did and that days towards your goal. So if one day passed and you did not do anything towards your goal for 2026, you're in problem, okay? Yes, you can slack off a day or so, but when you see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you have not done one single thing for that day towards your goal that you set, now that you set in 2025, guys, okay, as I said to number 1, this is time that everybody has 24 hours off. What are you doing with your time? So you have to make sure on a daily basis that you are going to be setting up systems. You're going to set up your entire plan for each day before the day starts, not when the day starts. Because when you do that, then you are calmer on that day. Okay, you are going through the day, you know exactly what your priorities are. Stuff that I used to do, I used to get up in the morning, I used to have a couple of things doing, a couple of jobs that I'm doing, and as soon as I open my email, okay, I would say 30 minutes, 1 hour is spent looking at my email, responding, doing stuff, and I had to stop myself. I had to literally stop myself and said, okay, self, I am not going to open my email the first time in the morning or as soon as I get up. I need to have a routine. So again, with my time, I have work to do. However, I put away maybe about 20 minutes to half an hour to kind of set up myself for success on that day. Okay, I get up in the morning, I will say a prayer, I do my motivational, mantra that I do. I'll have my goals that I wanted to accomplish for that particular year. I'll have my goals that I want to accomplish for that month or that week or that day. And I, will do a meditate on what is it that I need to accomplish. And then I start visualizing it. and then I will drink my, I don't really do coffee. I drink coffee, but I tend to just drink a cup of tea, ginger tea, whatever. So I drink a cup of tea, have fruits. I don't really have breakfast. Sometime I will, but most of the time I have fruits in the morning, and then I'll have, lunch. But you have to have systems. You have to have a habit that you're going to get up and you're going to bam, 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 and make sure that your morning begins with motivating yourself. Everybody's different, okay? Everybody's different. I will listen to a lot of motivational speech. That gets me going. That pumps me up. I love this guy, this black guy on YouTube. His name is E.T. And E.T. will just, when I listen to E.T., like a good 20, I'll say 20 minutes. When I listen to him, a good 20 minutes in the morning, God, I am just pumped. I am pumped to go take on the world. Because E.T. don't play. He was like, okay, what is it that you got to do? Okay, are you ready to do it? You got to get, you're in beast mode. That's E.T. thing. You are in beast mode. And when you get that motivational speech and pump yourself up and start your day, for me, it's awesome. Okay? So that worked for me. That may not work for you. It may work that, say, music. You may love music and music works for you. Music motivates you. You will just put on, I don't know, say some hip hop or, Mozart, whatever you love. You may have music that you put on and you love it. And when you put on that music, you are just like, oh my God, I am just ready to go. I am pumped and I am just ready to take on the world. Okay? Some people read. Okay? There's so many different things that you can do that works for one person that doesn't work for another person. So find your groove, find whatever is it that works for you, and just make sure that you're going to be doing this on a morning, every single morning. Okay? You're going to have it as a habit in the morning. You're doing it, your morning routine. You're doing your morning routine with whatever is it that pumps you up to go take on the world, pump you up to go take on that day, pump you up to go making sure that you are doing what you're supposed to do towards your goal that you had set in 2025. So you have to make sure whatever is it that you use, you're using something to pump you up. Okay? So again, with time, if you are ready to actually move forward and ready to take that step into 2026 and stop using your time like you're taking up all of your time with somebody else. You're taking up your time to totally go to everybody's party. Everybody invite you, you're going to that person, you're going to this person, you're doing this, you're doing that. I have got caught up into that so many times. And when I realize I'm going to too many events, and half of the events, I'm not gonna say half, most of the events are places that I have been to, is stuff that has nothing towards my goals that I had. Nothing to go to my goals. So again, you gotta know, are you ready to start using your time wisely? Are you ready to start taking out the distractions on your day-to-day basis, creating healthy habits that's going to move you towards your goal that you're going to set for yourself come 2026. Okay? You're setting them in 2025, you're going to crush them in 2026. You have to make sure you're taking out all the distractions that is surrounding you. And guys, don't let me start it on distractions, okay? Because that's another topic for another day, but I'm going to touch on it just a little bit. Distractions can come from so many different places. You have a girlfriend call you and she start talking about, I don't know, doesn't matter. It don't have to be gossip. Most of the time it's gossip. But sometimes you have some friends, they'll call you and they'll start talking to you about, say, the weather. Or they start talking about their problems. Or they start talking about so many things. And when you look at the time, this has happened to me so many times, that you're talking about so many things, and I'm sitting on the phone, and when I look at my phone, because, I'm like, okay, I've been on the phone like 15 minutes. That's 15 minutes wasted. That's 15 minutes that I'm not going to get back. That's 15 minutes that is not going towards what I need, what my goal is for 2026. That's time that's wasted that I will never get back. So, guys, I can stress in time so much, but you have to realize that if you don't protect your time, if you don't protect that time, that 24 hours that we all get, if you don't protect it, well, somebody else is using it. Somebody else is taking up the time. Somebody else is wasting your time. So, number one distraction is friends and family calling you, wasting a half an hour on the phone, talking about crap and shit that doesn't really matter. And it has nothing to do with your goals, nothing that is moving you forward. Another thing is the phone. Your cell phone, yes, you're on it right now. And I'm happy that, you're watching me. But, I scroll sometime. I do. But I'm just saying, if you have a morning routine and you have something to do before you start your day, or you have work to do, it doesn't matter. If you know you should be doing something for that particular hour, honey, don't take up the phone and start scrolling. Okay? Because sometimes you can be there scrolling and you'll be there scrolling for half an hour, you be scrolling for an hour. I don't know how people do it for an hour or hours. I don't know, but I can't. Because, I'll scroll for a while, and then sometimes, as soon as it gets to like 5 minutes or 10 minutes or so, I'm like, oh my God, I'm on this for like 10, 15 minutes. I'm like, okay, get off. So you have to have control where you stop yourself, because we all do it. Okay? We all do it. But again, you got to just cut out the distractions, cut it out. It's going to be hard to do it 100%. It's impossible to do it 100%. But I'll say 80 to 90% of your time, your 24 hours that you have in a day, should be going towards your goal. Should be going towards the person that you want to become, the person that you ought to become, the person that God meant for you to become. You have to be using most of that time towards what is it that you want out of life. So, number one, time. And then you dissect that with your distractions and making sure that you're not wasting your time on a day-to-day basis, because the time that you're wasting is a time that's taking you away from your goals. It's moving you further away from your goals. You have to think about it. When you sit down with anybody or anywhere and you have 1 hour and you look back at that 1 hour, anytime in life, you either use it towards your goal or use it to take away time from your goals. So what is it going to be? If you're serious and you're ready to reset your mind, you're ready to reset your mind to get an awesome 2026, to crush 2026, then guys, you already know, 24 hours in a day, you got to start maximizing the time that you're using and making sure that you're using it the correct way towards your goals. Okay? That's very important.